Hello everyone! Welcome to Spring Crafts, and I'm Miss Lizzie here at the library, and today I have a really fun craft planned today. I love this craft. I'm really excited for some spring theme crafts. The sun is out. It's been beautiful outside, so I thought why not we do a fun spring caterpillar inchworm craft. How does that sound? Does that sound good? All right. This is kind of two crafts put together. They're in the same vein, so I combined them depending on the materials you have. So we're going to do an inchworm that moves or a stationary caterpillar. Now, what you'll need, it's pretty basic materials. So I have a piece of green construction paper that I'm going to use for some leaves. If you're doing just one, you only need one leaf. So I'm going to cut out two leaves because I'm going to show the caterpillar and the inchworm. So for the inchworm, if you're doing the inchworm, you'll need a pipe cleaner. I have a yellow one here, and we won't use the whole thing, so I'll be cutting some of this. I have some glue. I have my hot glue gun over here. And again, you can use regular glue for this. I think hot glue works best just because we will be gluing things like pipe cleaners and cotton balls. So if you as a parent or caregiver is able to help with this step, if one's too little to use a hot glue gun, then I would definitely do that. But I'm sure if you use wet glue, if you just let it sit for a really long time, it would also work well. And then for the inchworm, what's different is you'll also need a wooden skewer. Now mine's pretty thick. You can use a thinner wooden skewer, like a kebab skewer. And what this does is so our inchworm can move up and down. So for the caterpillar, what's different is we're going to use cotton balls instead. I have 4 cotton balls here, and they're all different colors. So if you just have white cotton balls, it could be part of your craft if you wanted to paint them or color them. I think that's a great idea. We have some colored cotton balls here at the library, so I have a yellow, purple, green, and blue. And you don't necessarily need 4. You could have 5, you could have 6, you could have just 3, depending on how big you want your caterpillar to be. And then for fun, I also have some googly eyes, which I really like using. I think it looks really cute, but you don't need them. You can just draw eyes. If that's easier for you, you can cut some out with paper, whatever you prefer. And then I have a pencil for tracing, some scissors for cutting. I have a green marker to add definition to the leaf, like a stem and some little lines. And then I have a hole punch. And this is what we're going to use to make it look like our caterpillars or our inchworms have been munching on the leaves. All right, what do you say? Should we get started? Okay, so first I'm going to trace my leaves. Now again, if you're just doing one or the other, or just one of each, you only need one leaf, but I'm going to do an inchworm and a caterpillar for this video, so I'm going to cut out 2 leaves. Now I'm just freehanding this, so if you are more comfortable using a template, then by all means do that. There's my leaf. I'm just doing like a teardrop shape. And once I cut this one out, I'm going to trace it for the other leaf. I love crafts that utilize fine motor skills, and if your little one is new to cutting or needs some practice, this is great, cutting out shapes like this. So, alright, once I've cut that one out, I'm going to cut out another one for my other insect. Like that, and I'm going to cut that one out as well. Okay. Now I have my leaves cut out, and they look like this. And so I'm going to add little details. This is completely optional. I'm going to take my green marker, and I'm going to draw some lines in our leaves, the veins that we see in leaves. like this, ta-da, to give it a little more definition. There we go. All right, so I'm going to start with the inchworm because it's a lot of fun. So first, I now have my leaf. So I'm going to take my skewer and I'm going to cut out a small strip of the green, of the same color, so the green paper, that I can wrap around this. And we're going to glue it to the leaves so the stick has somewhere to go through. So I'm just going to cut out a rectangular strip from the paper, and I'm going to wrap it around my skewer, and it doesn't need to be as long as this. I'm going to cut off some extra. And once you have the size, I'm going to slide that off. So now you have this little cylinder shape, and I'm just going to glue this together quickly so it stays. I'm just going to glue that shape closed like this. Here we go. So now I have a little cylinder, and then I'm going to glue it right here on the leaf. So that way it sticks down almost like and camouflages as part of the leaf. Just like that. And now our skewer has a place to go through. And this is what's going to control our inchworm. Okay, so I have a pretty long pipe cleaner here. So I want it to be a little bit shorter than the rest of the space we have on the leaf, so that way he bends really nicely. So I'm going to cut about 1/3 of the pipe cleaner off, and then I'm going to give it a little bit of a bend, like a little mountain. So I'm going to point the middle up and then have little ends sticking out. So that way it looks like a little inchworm on the leaf. How cute. And then we're going to glue it to our skewer, just like this. So, what you're going to want to do is glue one end to the top of your skewer and another end to this green piece. So that way when you pull it in and out, it stretches like an inchworm. So I'm going to start by gluing to the top of the skewer, just like this. And I'm going to press that down till it dries. This is why hot glue unfortunately comes in handy with this craft, because you have to hold that there for quite some time. So maybe you can glue the other things, you can use regular glue, but this part kind of needs hot glue. And then I'm going to move this down and glue this little kind of protruding part to this green extension of the leaf. Right there. And you want to make sure that it's on the leaf part and not on the skewer part, so that way it stretches. And our inchworm is crawling. Do you see that? Isn't that so fun? Okay, but it gets better because now we have to give it a face, okay? I have a little tiny cotton ball to use as his little head, but you don't have to do this step. You could just add eyes to this, but I'm going to add a little head. So I'm going to glue this on. Some hot glue. Stick that right on that little base there at the top. You can see now he has a little head. And then, last but not least, because it looks really cute, I'm going to add some googly eyes. Now I'm going to take some pretty small ones, and again, I'm just going to glue those right on top of the little cotton ball that I just added. One, two. There we go. And now we have a little inchworm friend. And he crawls on the leaf. Isn't that so cute? I love this craft. Super easy, super fun to use and to carry around. So that's our inchworm. Now, another option is a caterpillar. Oh wait, I almost forgot an exciting part. We want to make it, again, you don't have to do this, but if you want to make it look like your inchworm's been nibbling on its leaf, take a small hole puncher, this is a signal hole punch, and just add some little holes and cut out pieces around your leaf so it looks like someone's been munching. Like so. There he is. There we go. Now it's all set. Oh my goodness, this glue is stringing everywhere. That's what I don't like about hot glue. But there he is, our little inchworm. All right, now for our caterpillar. So I'm going to go ahead, so I don't forget, and cut out some bits on this sleeve for the caterpillar, just so we kind of have an idea of where to put him. So I'm going to do something like that. And then this one is just about gluing the cotton balls down on the leaf. So I'm just going to glue mine down. I'm going to put one there. And if you have different color cotton balls, it's really fun to decide what color to make your caterpillar, how he's going to sit on there, or she. And there's my 4 cotton balls on the little leaf. And if you want, you can take a skewer if you want it to be on a stick and just glue it on the back so you can carry it around almost like a puppet. That's a really good idea too. And again, I'm going to put some googly eyes on him just for fun. And there he is. There's our little caterpillar on his little leaf. I think this is a really fun craft. It's really great for this time of year when all of our little bug friends come out. I like watching to see if I can see any inchworms or caterpillars. I really like them. And it's super simple, super easy to do. So here's a couple, there's different variations of kind of the same craft. So I really like both. They're really, really fun and cute. And of course, with that, I like to add some books to go along with the craft if you want to read about what you're making. So we have some nonfiction books on caterpillars. So one of our books is Creepy Crawly Caterpillars by Marjorie Backlum. And this is a great picture book, a nonfiction picture book. It's pretty wordy, of all different types of caterpillars. So there's the woolly bear caterpillar, tent caterpillar, with great pictures. So if your little one's a little younger, then you could always read this to them so they kind of get an idea. It kind of tells you where they live, what they eat. Oh, look at that. He's making holes in his leaf too. I really like this book. It shows a lot of different types of caterpillars. And then another book we have is called A Book to Read with a Worm. And this book is all about worms, and I really like the illustrations in this. And it says at first, "Dear reader, there's nothing like the excitement of a backyard worm hunt. We hide in the soil like buried treasure. When you find me, please remember that I am a living thing. Treat me gently and don't do anything to hurt me. When we're done reading this book, put me back where you found me. Thanks a bunch, Worm." I just think that's so cute. And it's these kids playing in the backyard and they find worms and they start talking about and learning about worms, what they eat, where they live, what predators go after them. It's very, very cool, very great. Again, it's a little bit wordier. It's not quite as wordy as Creepy Crawly Caterpillars, but it is still a great visual read for kids, as well as if you wanted to read to them, they could absolutely soak this up, and there's some great pictures in here. All right, and of course, you can always omit the books, just do a fun craft, because we don't always have to have a book along with it, but it is really fun to be able to learn about crafts. Or maybe if you don't want to get a book on it, you can go outside and see if you can find some caterpillars and inchworms yourself. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this craft. I really enjoyed doing it. This craft is one of my favorites, and if you make it, please be sure to send me a photo. I would love to see your variation on inchworms and caterpillars, and if you send it to me, I might even put it up on the window outside the children's room. Wouldn't that be so neat if you came into the library and saw your picture up there with your little inchworm or caterpillar friend you made? That would be really great, and I would love to have you up there. So you can email me at ecormier@drakeitlibrary.org. You'll find my email on the website, or if you need it, I will link it below, or you can call me at Drake It Library at the phone number, and the extension is 311 if you have any questions. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully you enjoy this craft and you make it, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching.